or how the building will look like. And then they put it in the market for sale. Like I said the other day, Dangote only saw the potential from say why people come, they said they took this oil away. They just went and set up a refinery. Dangote did not set up a geological firm.
Yes, very good morning, people. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the SRTV. I'm reaching you from London. It's a great day, and it's a new week, and it's Monday. Black Uhuru said something, a song I will never forget. Say, one day I don't like is a Monday, because that is the day that slavery begins. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of slavery. We're going to talk about colonialism. We're going to talk about so many things. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm trying to drive a point home, the emancipation of the African continent, and also, by extension, the emancipation of Nigeria. I want us to start thinking differently, and that's what we're going to do. But before we go into all that, I'm sure my guests are around. Let's quickly add them to the show and see how happy or how sad they are. A very good morning, women.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning. Okay. Very good morning, ma. Yes. We're having a wonderful day, and today we're going to talk about the emancipation of the African continent. That's what we're going to talk about today. And how do we emancipate the African continent? I went back to history. History. And what is the history, Omar? We were told that, of course, which is true, that the Westerners, they came to Africa to take us away as slaves. The reason we know that is we have the aftermath of all that regime. Now, one thing that struck me was that why did they come? Did they hate us? Do they want to kill us? Why did they come to take us? They came because they want money. They were looking for cheap labor. They see that we are strong black people. They took us as slaves. That was the first phase. Then come colonialism. During the Corona era, something fantastic happened. In fact, they were very sincere on this one. They said they are going to collect their own share of the magnificent African cake. You know, there's a cake in Africa they came to collect. They didn't come because they hate us. They were looking for money. They came and they took it. And now when our eyes got open and we know what we're doing, they left. You know why I come up with this? I was years ago when we came to Europe newly. You know, we have this racism issue. They don't like the color of our skin, and racism is traced to the color of skin. And at a point in time, I realized it was not so. And I defined racism differently. The language I used was completely different. But this is my take when I talked about it. I said, you don't have to like the color of my skin. I don't know if I even like the color of your skin. It doesn't matter. What is important, what is really, really important is not the color of the skin, but what belongs to me that I didn't get.
True.
So okay, listen, Omar and Mary, I may talk to any of you now. You guys don't want to marry me. Are you racist? Are we not the same black people?
It's all about what you want or what you like.
Exactly. And if I work harder, the same lady that said won't marry you might marry you. I'm talking money here. I don't say everybody's reverse now. But I want to talk about reality here. So when people talk about discrimination, when they talk about fight, the core element of it, which is at the bottom of it, is economic. That's why today I want us to discuss about how we can emancipate ourselves economically. Now I'm going to give you two beautiful movements, two people who are my heroes. I'm going to use the first Baba himself. This is my number one mentor. Anybody that knows me knows how much regard I have for the man Marcus Garvey. Now, for many young people watching me today, you might not know who is Marcus Garvey. I'll give you a little brief breakdown of him. This is a guy that came from Jamaica. He's an activist. He was writing, making noise as a printer. He was trying to make some change in Jamaica. He couldn't, so he relocated to the United States. When he got to the US, he was always still making noise. It didn't work. Then what Marcus Garvey saw was that within the black community, there's some money with us. And meanwhile, at this time we're talking now, if you go to the shop to buy things from a white person, he probably will not even take the money from you because he will drop the money because your skin is going to stain him. But your money will not stain him. Let me put it this way. Somebody's going to collect your money. He said you are not good, but he's collecting your money. Marcus Garvey said, you know what? We're not going to buy things from them anymore. We're going to set up our own supermarket. As at that time, if you enter a restaurant to eat and a white man comes in, you will get up for the white man to sit. Then Marcus Garvey said, okay, from now on, we're not going to eat in their restaurant. We're going to have our own restaurant. Now, where is the money going to come from? Marcus Garvey now said to black people, invest in yourself. Gather enough, set up the Negroes, universal Negro emancipation of the black people, which is the universal movement. He now asked black people to buy shares. So what he didn't even create it like a donation. No. This is the business. Buy your own shares. You know what Marcus Garvey did? With that one, the man, a poor man that came from Jamaica with a rubber bag. You know what he did with rubber bag?
Rubber band?
Yes. In a matter of 2 years, of 3 years, the man bought a ship.
Wow.
You know what they call this ship? The Black Star Line. Big history I'm giving you guys today. Now, the Black Star Line was a very important history because the white people then, they have what they call the White Star Line. People have the Green Star Line. So he went and bought a ship and they call it the Black Star Line. It was what was carrying black people goods from one place to the other. He said, we will not, you see, what was he trying to do? No, we will not go to you. We're not going to ask you for anything, but we're going to live in our own. In fact, the guy created a nation inside America, and he called it the Black Nation. It was his movement that led to the emancipation of the whole of the African continent. The independence we got today, people like them, Kwame Nkrumah, or the Awolowo that came, the Mazikwe that came to the United States, they were influenced by the work of Marcus Garvey. So when they went back home, they started asking the British for independence. And that is why they didn't like him. He was eventually arrested. Of course, you will expect it. And he was deported back to Jamaica. He died here in England. I'm not talking of something that happened in a period of 20 years. Marcus Garvey period in America was no more than 5-6 years. And he made all those differences. So during Marcus Garvey, we had our own, you know, they do something where they go to laundry. People don't have washing machine at home like this now. So everybody go to the laundry. So black people had their own laundry, making money for the black people. They have their own restaurant. Instead of going to a Igbo restaurant, go to your own. If you go to a Igbo restaurant, they will tell you not to sit up, to get up for a white man. You go to your own. Marcus Garvey was able to instill that pride in us. Today, I'm not really interested in much of the history, but I'll give you the history just to, before I bring the matter home. Then another big movement we cannot forget is this guy. You know this guy called
Malcolm X.
Yes. You see, Marcus X, his boss was one Alhaji Muhammad. Alhaji M. Yes. Elijah, I think, yes, the boss. That guy, He followed Marcus Garvey's philosophy. Now, these are Muslims. This movement was a Muslim Islamic movement. He was not ready to fight. They were not ready to fight anybody. They had their own school, their own restaurant, their own. In fact, everything was on their own. They were living a separate life from the United States. They became a threat. You know what they were able to do? They emancipated themselves economically. These people did not carry cutlass one day. They did not protest one day. But they were a bigger threat than every other protest that had ever happened in the United States. I decided to bring this in so that I can make a little bit more point today. At the end of the day, maybe what I'm trying to say is, if they say we need a revolution, my question is, what kind of revolution are you talking about? Omar, you guys went on the street and you were protesting. You got bullets. Now you guys are home.
We didn't get bullets, sir.
But you guys are home now, and you are looking for what? The same people, some of the people that have been bought, because money can buy you.
Hmm?
They are using the money to buy it. Have you seen the city boys? These are boys with money.
As at the time of this protest, sir, there was no city boys at that time. There was nothing
They're
like
not using city boys. They not come up
Even-
with city boys. They not come up.
I don't-
If everybody
I don't
join
think
city boys,
anybody. Please, have you seen the NSAS protest?
yeah,
Did you
I
see
followed
what
it.
happened to the NSAS? I don't think the aim of that protest is to try to. We did not monetize that protest.
No,
The real aim of that protest is to preach against bad governance. And we did, and we moved. The only people that came and interrupted the protest were people that were touts in the streets that were paid by few people that we cannot name here, to come and interrupt the protest and disrupt the interest of the protest, which was the reason why we all withdrew, for the interest of the people and the economy. We're not.
see,
The protest was not monetized in any way. The aim was to
yes,
preach against bad governance,
yes,
and we did, and we're happy that we did.
and I'm proud of you guys.
Mm.
But you would have been a bigger threat if, as of today, you guys have your own economy. Oh, wait, that's what I'm speaking. The time you went out to fight,
Something like this.
if you had used that time, it's a group of young people who are tired of this useless government. The only power Tinubu has today is oil money. The only power your governor have over you is the oil money that is sharing among themselves. They don't have any other power. I've never seen your government fight you in any way other than not give you money. What has Tinubu done wrong, really? Is it not they use the money for themselves? Tinubu did not come to rape my wife. He did not come to slap me. What Tinubu has done to you, he has misused the money that is supposed to be meant for you. It comes down to one word: money. The Bible says, that's what I said. Which one is this? Omar, read this one for me. Where did they call her?
Okay.
Okay, you guys can see your screen, eh?
No, sir.
Money answereth all things.
All things.
Ecclesiastic 10:19. The only power your politician, your House of Assembly, your local government chairman, even the big man in your place that is doing business, don't go to have over you. To those of us guys, with that money, somebody go take your babe. You go there, look. No, I shared a video this morning. The guy is there with the babe. if your boyfriend that is doing well now, if you come broke, will you stay? The babe say go disappear. Why you go stay? You want you was saying it sincerely. Say why would I stay in your poverty? Do you understand?
Yes.
Money. I always like to refer people to this one. Those people who say they can overcome every temptation money brings. If I only God, only Jesus Christ, now if you tell devil, get away from my side, Satan. How many of us can resist money? How many of us can resist money? So when you say your governor is doing something, the only reason what that governor is really doing is he has money that is coming to us that is using within himself and his little cronies. The same way we're angry with Tinubu because they're using the money within themselves. It's not as if there's no money, but the money is supposed to be for us. But they use it. Other than that, Tinubu has not done anything wrong. If I ask you, what has Tinubu done wrong to you? That's the only thing Tinubu has done. That's the only thing our government has done. And my message this morning is, if you want to protest, the most effective protest is an economic protest. That's why I like what this man said the other day. Osho Baba said we will pass economic sanction on South African businesses. Donald Trump came to power. Let me put it this way. Donald Trump has never come to any country to fight you. Only other than the few places now where he's really going to go there to physically take them. But Donald Trump introduced what we call economic war. He's introducing tariff. If you bring things to America, you pay something. Everybody's crying. The man, he didn't stop you. He only said he wants to protect his people. You see, if somebody can give me a slap now and give me food, I prefer him than to starve me. Give me a slap and give me my food.
You get some slap when they give you, know, go feel enjoy that food. You don't go enjoy that.
If hungry beat you, you go say, I beg, give me the slap 10 times. You know they come hungry. No. What I really try to beg this morning is, I just want us to have that understanding. If we can understand that our challenge is one, our leaders. So we don't want to ask our leader anything. If I am talking to the governor of Delta State, the only thing I think about is, okay, where's the money? I don't care. I don't know whether you know me or don't know me. I'm only asking you one sensitive question. How did you spend this money? If I will ask Tinubu question, for the money coming, how the come is this? It comes out because Tinubu does not hate you. The way the white people that came to carry us as slaves didn't hate us, the way the one that came to colonize us didn't hate us, even those of us in Europe today, let me give you one instance. And they said there's no more racism in England. I said that is true. You can move around, everybody see you are a black man. That's okay. But the racism you see here today, I'm allowed to say this because I live here. Omar, they distribute 500 million pounds. 500 million British pounds are being distributed to filmmakers in this country. They are like grants given to film people to make movies so they can tell good stories.
Wow.
All right? 1 million pounds don't go to black people. And you say, oh, yes, there's no racism. Do you know what is called racism? You think it's the color of my skin that is racism? There's no racism. Racism is that money was supposed to come to our community. Bring it. You don't have to like me. You see, I don't care whether you like me.
They make you feel inferior to other people.
Other one, you're already inferior because what's going to make you inferior is your poverty. Poverty is the inferiority. I am here and you are sharing all these monies and nothing is coming to my community. That is true racism. Not saying you don't like the color of my skin. Why should you like the color of my skin? How many black women like me?
And who told them we like the color of their skin?
Huh?
Who told them we like the color of their skin?
They don't want. See, you don't have to like them. I don't like. But the trouble we have is not the color, it's the money. If black people in the United Kingdom, based on our percentage, only 7%, if 10%, if the money is 500 million, 10% is given to us to make our own stories. In the United Kingdom, I'm talking of the industry I found myself. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a trained one. I don't talk trash. I got all it takes. But this allocation will come to you. You know what? You're going to put on your application, you're not going to get the money. So who is powerful here? They've not fight you physically. They didn't tell you to go back to your country. They let you know this is not your place. South Africans are barbaric.
That's what they call psychological.
Yes. If you see what is going on in South Africa, is something that people on the street are doing. They are fighting people who came to take money from them. They see them because Nigerians there are doing hard work. They do, you know how the typical boy is going to sell his things, or every Nigerian is going to work hard, and he's going to give money to a South African girlfriend. The babes are following us. Money. Oh, now Nigerian boys now they fine past the South African boys. This is not fine that they follow. They laugh. Oh man, I know what to define for man. I don't know. I only can say my own.
Women differ, sir. There are women that will love you enough to stick with you, to want to make money with you, to make life with you.
Yes, but they're going to see that money in you first. Women don't go to play.
You're talking of prospects.
Yes. If a woman can't see the prospect, if you not see her now, if they see her tomorrow. If you not see her, not follow you.
She can encourage you to have good prospects. A man may not have good prospects. But when a woman loves you, she can encourage you to be a better man.
But by the time the man is not coming up with it, the woman going to go. A man that cannot accommodate
that is the woman's fault again. What is it that you guys do for every reason to blame the woman?
No, am I blaming the woman? I'm not.
The woman encourage a man and he does not sit up and she leaves. Is that her fault again?
In fact, even God said they fear woman. So no one going to that one.
Daddy Chris. Huh? Let's not go to that topic right now.
You know say God they fear woman?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think God. There was this argument that he said God must be a woman self, that God could be a woman.
I don't know whether it's a woman self, I don't know. Because this is what happened. Wait, Eve, they inside garden. He eat apple, eat. God is here. He not talk. Eat the apple where we Satan, then eat belly food. We know here say God make pain. As soon as Adam touch apple, God just show up. Hey, what have you done? Now Adam first eat the fruit.
Because now him they authorized to watch. And him go they do.
Okay. So if it's not authorized, okay. Now we understand why God not defeated, why God fear woman. So in any case, God not authorized woman. I understand.
In charge or in charge of a place. If you are boss now, as our boss rather, and Mary, and anything goes wrong, it is Mary you question, isn't it?
Yes.
That doesn't mean you're afraid of the other staffs, but it is because you put the other person in charge, and things went wrong. That's why you're questioning what happened around there. Doesn't mean that God is afraid of women.
Okay.
God is not afraid of women.
Lawyer. You know, I don't like
God loves women.
Lawyers.
No, sir.
Huh? I know.
If God no love us, why not leave us alone? Someone that love us now, so God loves us. God made us wonderful. I'm sure it is us that God said, and it was wonderful. And the Bible said it was wonderful in God's eyes after He made it.
Yes, it was beautiful. You know? God even say as a woman fine. You don't go give Adam now. Adam they say you say don't do bad. One guy they walk out for street one day. Me with the stroll. If they see all these fine guys, say, bros, all these fine guys go to the street. So if you talk to them now, God say you need to commit adultery. That's why you create them.
Hmm.
In Jesus' name. Say amen. Anyway, the message is simple. All right. My message is simple. We need a revolution in Nigeria. That revolution is not on the streets. It's not even because sometimes, you know the mistake. Maybe if you guys read the Bible enough, you guys will understand how God works. God have the power to separate the sea at the Red Sea. He didn't do it. Oh, he asked Moses, stretch it. Did God open the sea for them? He asked us to do it. Meaning God will never impose anything on us on earth. That's why sometimes we ask ourselves, how can God allow some people to be suffering while some people be enjoying? It will continue to be so because God will not come and take what belongs to the rich man and give it to you. If you want to pray that prayer, you are stupid. Hungry go ruin your generation. What he has able to acquire for himself, God will only devise a way for you to collect it from him. I am saying to you people today, Nigerians, that if you see something with your people, devise a way to collect it. God can't help you. God is not going to take it from the rich man and give it to you. I've never seen it done in the Bible.
Well, Daddy Chris, do you know what I have to say about that? You know, at the time where Malcolm X and Mr. Mugabe, the other one that you mentioned,
Yeah,
when they were
Marcus
doing
Garvey.
their own, yes, Marcus Garvey, when he was doing their own part of the protest, that was an indirect protest, if you know. When
Yes.
everybody have their part to play, let the people that have the energy to do their own economic protest, let them do it. And the ones that have the energy to go to the street, it is all protest at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we are all preaching one thing. Because
I
when
can't.
Malcolm X and the rest was doing their own was doing their own deriving or deducing their own strategy, Martin Luther King Jr. was also going to the streets to do his own. So they all
Yes.
did their part to achieve what
And
they have.
and and, and somehow we wonder which one is really effective.
I think you can never, sir, you cannot underestimate that of Martin Luther King.
Yes,
You can't.
you know,
You cannot.
and that was why he never. And that was why Malcolm X never agreed with him. That history, our children will analyze it differently. Critical thinkers, we're gonna look at the protest or at the movement of Martin Luther because they were alive at the same time. You understand? Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. They were on earth. They were fighting for the same thing at the same time. One was a Christian going for peaceful protest. You understand? And the other one was, if actually Malcolm X was more of a militant. He wasn't even agitating for peaceful protest. He said, if you attack me, I will attack you. He was of the opinion that black people should arm themselves.
Mm.
This way not good. You understand? So, but that's not even the part that interests me. In all I saw, the person that made the impact I wanted to see was actually Marcus Garvey, was actually the Nation of Islam. Because deep down, they had a say. Because if you don't have money, how are you going to organize yourself? You know why the movement of young people is failing? Because there's no source of income. If your movement had money, you
That is
would,
why
in
they
fact,
make sure we have a failed society so that
that's
the
why,
masses
no,
will
no,
not
no, you see, and that's why you have to devise that economic strategy to defeat them. What I'm saying today now is do not, they want to keep you poor so that you'll be there. Now, devise a means to make money and ignore them. Oh God, this is what I'm saying. In fact, the office of the president will be useless.
At the end of
If
the day, I think
that,
that's what most people are doing now. Everybody's just focused on what brings in money for them. They're no longer even
and,
thinking.
and we're going to talk about the power of unity when it comes to that. You
Okay.
understand? It's true that every Nigerian is trying to do their own part. But individually, we not if you make the impact when Tower of Babel. Now, not read the Bible. There's a portion in the Bible when human beings came together and they threatened the superior being. Individually, you are nothing. Malcolm X give instance. He said, if I take this and slap you, it gonna make more impact. It go play you up on a small. But for me to put you where you belong, I go do like this. When you put the fist together, now one blow, you go come out. It's just like a broom. You can break a broom. But put the whole thing together. One stick, you can break it easily. But put them together, try to break it. That is what happened in the Tower of Babel. With the Tower of Babel, when people came together, they saw God. God said, hey, if we leave these people, they will get to us. It's not me that wrote it. Oh. Individually, you can't do nothing, Nigerians. But if we come together today, the office of the president will be useless to us. Not individuals. How will I put it? You see, I've been around and I've set up a couple of NGOs in my life. You know the biggest weakness is with NGOs. They seem going to the so if NGO makes their own money, and the money is with us more than even the government. Let me put it this way. Let me just give you only one statistics. The Redeemed Church generates $1 million on $1 million a day. And nobody is home. I don't know whether that statistic is true. I got it online. If not, be lying, I'm not verse.
It's not true. It may not be true.
Worldwide, do you know how many redeemed churches in the world? If they go to service a day, do you know how much those people generate? But you know what? The money small is coming from you. It doesn't break your economy. It doesn't break your bank. But it's not a pool that can change our destiny. Oh God, change it. You see, the only power the man in the altar have is the collective money that is coming piece by piece, piece by piece. It doesn't affect you. And this one doesn't know, don't feel it. I give them 500 naira. This one give them this. Before you know, it's a lot of money. Power of putting things together. That's the power in the broom. The broom is powerful, not because a single broom can do a thing, but a full broom, you can't break it. So that Nigerians are doing things alone, they are fighting individually. Our effort will die in vain. Because individuals have never been able to make a success. You see, why I made instance of these two people, Marcus Garvey did not go into his own. He did not create a business for himself. He created a movement. And he said, the movement, come, put your money together. Let us do things for ourselves. Dangote is very rich. What can Dangote do? What we want is not Dangote. What we want is a group of Nigerians that came together. And if you tell me Nigerians will not contribute money, I was in church on Sunday, all a good message they preached to me, I put that in my pocket. If you tell Nigerians how we're going to get redemption, how we're going to be free from the economic slavery where they put us, because what we have in Nigeria is economic slavery. There's nothing else. You know, last time I was talking about the minimum wage in Nigeria. Our minimum wage alone is enough to tell you that we are still in slave time. The slave trade is that the people that is our slave masters are different. Not be Oyibo anymore. Now then Tinubu be our slave masters now. If not, there is no wisdom. In Tinubu, any body security vote is over 4 billion. And people cannot get 30,000 naira, 60,000 naira salary. Now 20 head of what get. Explain it to me. How much does a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria earn? 30 million
and above.
How much is your minimum wage? Policeman, when they carry gun for road, make una dey blame am. How much is his salary? If that is not slavery, what is slavery?
It is
Now you both see cause this one.
slavery of the rich.
You see, it has always been like that. Do you know during the slave trade, some black people that have money, they were never taken as slaves. They
Oh,
were
I
doing
see.
business. And you know, if you were a slave then, and you can pay yourself out you can buy yourself out from being a slave. Do you know that? No, if you are a slave, you are sold to somebody. If you can give the person the money, you are free. I'm trying to explain to us the power of having your own money. And this money is not your personal money I'm talking about. Personal money, don't go take for don't save all of us. We are talking of a group of people called Nigerians. If the government has failed us, let us decide another way to free ourselves. And nobody can do this better than young people. The reason I'm making this presentation, I'm talking to young people.
True.
They've come out, they fought, and they failed. And they continue to fail if they continue. Because these barbaric people will continue to shoot you. They will shoot, they will direct the gun at you. But you know what you're going to do to make them stupid? Come together and start making money. Hell, like I said, if what Very Dark Man started now, if it's turned to economic emancipation, he will rule the country. But you don't want an individual person doing it. You need leadership, but not run by one man. No, that's what I'm saying. You know the most powerful church on earth? The richest church in the world is still the Roman Catholic Church, whether you like them or not. They got money. Now that they go. All these my pastors when they make math. Now only pastors get money for Nigeria. My church no get money. Unlike here, our church have money. The pastor, priest, not get money. If you die, you know they inherit anything as a priest. Anyway, we're going to debate that one another day. My message is for young people, God. We don't need another protest. We don't need another war. We don't need another fight. You know, Tinubu will result. Whether you guys like it or not, the result will be announced. Tinubu will shoot the gun, and the country will go silent. But there's something we can do to make Tinubu useless. The only reason you are going to Tinubu, you are waiting for Tinubu, is you are waiting for him to give you a job. You are waiting for him to do you this. You are waiting for him to pay you well. By the time you people organize yourself, and you are now making your own money, I don't have all the details, daughter. But by the time you guys can come together and start making your own money, the office of the president will be useless to you. Because you don't need him to get a job. In fact, more or less now, Nigeria don't even know they have government. Now only here we know say we get government, because if I'm sick, I'm going to get free treatment, medical help. It's clear. If I don't have money to eat, they'll give me money to feed myself. This is a society where you know there's a father called the government. But Nigeria don't have it. You need to have a father. Create a father for yourself, young people. Like what Marcus Garvey did in the United States. He created a father for black people, not for his own gain. The man was not looking. Marcus Garvey was eating the same food. Go and read about him. He eat the same kind of food. He was working home day and night. He wear the same clothes. He don't even care. He was dedicated to the struggle. But he made the biggest impact. Not physical impact, not riot impact, economic impact. He bought a ship, the Black Star Line. Or you go say, see our White Star Line. Or black people say, look at our. Did he go and fight? He did it. And for those of us that, because I've been around and I've seen what they call racism, I've been able to explain that on this show today. There's nothing like racism. Listen, even from my own community, I come from a place called Ogara. We have Ogariki and Ogarife. People from Ogarife don't like Ogariki. We be the same people, Robo. We be Ogara. In those days, they say you want to go marry for Ogarife. Wait, where I'm telling you now, the same community. There's no boundary. We have one king. Yet you can't go. In fact, I couldn't bury my mom on the other side. My mom is from Ogariki. They didn't allow me to bury the woman where I bought a house for her. I have to go and take her back to go and bury her in her own Ogariki. Is that racism? But is that not discrimination?
It is.
So it's human tendency to discriminate. In fact, if I'm allowed to use this, I know many people, most of you Christians will kill me today. Jesus Christ said, it is not right to give the food of the children to the dogs. Not be me right, Amo. He discriminated. Do you know it was the time of Paul that actually gave salvation to the Gentiles? Go and read. In the days of Jesus, Jesus Christ could not eat with the Gentiles because he was afraid they would kill him. He had nothing against them, but he couldn't because the Roman, the so-called Jewish leaders would say, look at him, he's eating with Gentiles. He's doing this with the Gentiles. Jesus Christ couldn't. That's why he told the woman that came for healing. So I said to him, it is not right to give the food of the children to the dogs. Now we know when I go read my Bible. Discrimination is a part of us. It's not a problem. But don't wait for it. Solve your problem. Because by the time Gentiles now discover that, they're not even, this is what happened now. Christianity was not for us. They brought it to us to exploit us. Now we now own the Christianity more than them. You know, in those days when I was growing up, the first man I saw performing miracle, not be these days now, was Benson Idahausa. They never born any of my head. You know what I said one day? I said, if we did the house that they do so, now lie, self as supporter, he will be the first black man to fool the white. Because he was preaching in the white community and he was performing miracle. If not fake miracle, a supporter. Maybe they come, they do us. Now you don't go, you do that. So I was saying so. What am I saying? It got nothing to do with it.
It was not fake.
We are discriminators. And in this country now, if I see Nigerians, I'll be more tendency to be slower with them. Ghana is even a stranger to me. Then when they speak French, now another bigger stranger. But meanwhile, we come to Nigeria, we they discriminate one another. Hausa man go say Hausa, Igbo man say na Igbo. Come to my village, we they discriminate. Even from my papa house, we they discriminate. My mama say don't go there. It's not a problem to discriminate, my children. So discrimination is not racism. What is going on in Nigeria is the rich enjoying our wealth.
Yes.
And
oppressing.
What I'm saying is money answereth all things. Young people, organize yourself and make money. Not individually, because, you know, I'm going to say this and I'll keep quiet. Let me end with this. I can make a lot of money. Dangote has made a lot of money. You can buy a good car. Right? Dangote have one of the best cars if you want to. But can Dangote construct the roads he's going to drive that car? You need our collective effort for the road to be constructed. Do you know what is going on in Nigeria today? There was a day I woke up, I was in Nigeria, but in my house, in my bed. I wake up in the night. If you see the noise of the generators, that day I observed something. I say, if the amount of money we used to buy fuel today, if they put it together, we will have electricity. The amount of money Nigerians are spending, what do they call them? I pass my neighbor. The amount of money, I'm not saying the money you take by the pass my neighbor, the amount of money you use to fuel your pass by neighbor is enough for Nigeria to have electricity. But individually, we are still in darkness. Oh my, this is a very simple thing. Do you know how much we spend a day just to fuel our generators? Imagine you put all that money together. How much is government looking for? You think the government have more money than us? What a mistake. Do you know how much money is in the pocket of Nigerians? Not the government. Government is only controlling the little portion of money that they got from oil. But the bulk of money in the nation is with us. Government have no power over that. If we want to come together, we can make Aso Rock business. Listen, let me close my presentation there today. And I just want to say that when I listen to Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, I am saying it today. Emancipate yourself from economic slavery. You don't have mental slavery. You don't have mental problem. Your problem is economic, and you can see it. Young people, emancipate yourself from economic slavery. I don't have the answers. The one I devised might not work, but I'm going to try mine. But when you see me come to Nigeria, I'm not going to come to Nigeria and ever fight anybody or protest anybody. Instead, I'm going to say, let us do this. Let us do this. You know what I did for my community? I run Urubu television. I said this now because I talk too much. One another, let me call here. No. You know, I did something called, I call it Urubu Commonwealth. You know the word? Commonwealth. They didn't understand what I was talking about. Maybe one day I go die before other children will come and say, oh, look at what that Chris was saying. What I said with Urubu Commonwealth, there will be nothing like, oh, please go and bring, I will want to have a, what do you call it now? This is my big shopping complex, this South African thing. How do you call it? That place when they go do shopping. Wait a minute, mama. Maybe the best today. Huh?
Boutique?
No, the big supermarket. What's it called? Huh?
What, you shop for what?
ShopRite.
Okay.
I was saying that with me, with Urubu Commonwealth, I will create an alternative ShopRite that will make goods so cheap. Let me tell you what the Indians are doing here. They have all the, if you come to England, every street you go to, they have, the way Igbo man get shop for Nigeria. Now, so Indians took over the whole, in fact, they have all the street shops. They call it off license. And they're making a lot of money. But how do they get their goods? They will order a trailer load of goods. When the trailer come, we'll go and take from there. So the small shops, they buy directly from themselves. Because they put money together to order the trailer. And they're getting the things at the cheapest rate. They're not still mathematics. They're not be arithmetic. That when you go to a supplier, a manufacturer, and you want to buy things in quantity, you get it cheaper than when you buy things one by one. Is it not true? Why do you think ShopRite is able to do the business it's doing? Because ShopRite can buy in quantity.
No, there's no more ShopRite in Nigeria.
And I don't remove her.
They don't remove them.
Okay. This is why I call it. All right. Listen, let's take a look at the papers so that no, I'm not going to come here again because no one wants to see me. Let's take a look at the papers. Which one?
The Punch, the big story on the Punch. We have state capital spending plunges 58% as 2027 politics intensifies. And the writer says, capital project suffers after Lagos, Bayelsa, Enugu others spending dropped by 2.2 trillion naira. Our spending cuts may worsen poverty, unemployment. This is coming from economists. And our fiscal pressure deepens as 36 borrowing fresh 362 billion naira. And all the stories on page 2
of the Punch newspaper. Still on the Punch, 2027 Rivers governorship drama as APC committee screens Fubara Wiki Alice on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
They don't start again.
And we have a vehicle imports jump. Vehicle imports jump 67% in 3 months. And that story is on page 38. We have 3,715 PHCs inactive in 19 states, FCT. And that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Deepening security, counter-terrorism, and bilateral relations with the United States. And INEC deadline. Opposition parties rush to submit membership register on page 42 of the Punch newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch. And what this big story is actually saying here, we all know that there's always a money allocated to states for transportation, for healthcare, a lot of things that the state does. So by the end of the day, it's looking like there's nothing to show for it, for the money that is being spent. And here it said the breakdown of the figures shows that Lagos retained its position as the highest spending state on capital projects, despite recording a deadline. Lagos spent 340.76 billion naira on capital projects in the first quarter of 2026, down from 535 to 46 billion naira in the fourth quarter of 2025. This represents a deadline of 194.70 billion or 36.4%. However, Oyo State emerged as the only major exception to the nationwide slowdown, and the state increased its capital expenditure from 105.35 billion naira in the fourth quarter of 2025 to 231.27 billion naira in the first quarter of 2026. The increase of 125.93 billion represents a 119.5% rise, making Oyo the state with the highest growth rate during the period. And the sharp increase in oil spending coincided with the state's borrowing profile, as the state also recorded the highest loan figure among the reporting states. Oyo borrowed 164.88 billion in the first quarter of 2026. Well, the only thing I would say is the state governors, in as much as we complain about the borrowing in the federal level, the states can actually make money on their own. I don't really see why we need to borrow for all of this, because even the primary health care, there's no healthcare in Nigeria that don't pay. Even they say government schools, they pay as well. When they say free education, I doubt, because there is still a particular amount that people pay in a state. So if state is actually generating money, I don't really think there will be need for all this borrowing, because we keep seeing ourselves in debt. We keep borrowing every time, which is really not good for the country. And still on the Punch, we have another story that talks about 2027 Rivers governorship dramas. APC committee screens Fubara Wiki Alice. Okay, that story is still on. Let me check on the Vanguard, I think. But let me move to the Daily Trust, because we still have that story there. We have a allocation, the big story on the Daily Trust. Come on, let me put the paper. Okay, so the big story on the Daily Trust, we have a allocation triple, hardship widens across states, and the Sokoto 1 billion naira school project remains short 9 years after completion. ACF BOT rejects Dalhatu suspension. 2027 door closes on aspirants intending defectors. And I lost 3 children to Niger airstrike, injured father. And also we have a police officer, 9 residents killed in Plateau State. Kidnappers using women to move rifles, ammunition in Kwara State. And that story is on page 33 of the Punch newspaper. Fubara storms out of APC screening, shuns journalist. Okay, so I think one of the story that actually caught my attention. We all know about the hardship in the country. So even though the big story on the Daily Trust talking about hardship, that's what I keep saying. States should be making money. If there's a way that we can actually improve in our agriculture, they won't be complaining like this. And the main thing I actually want to talk about is the insecurity in the country. You know, at first, sometimes you hear killings in Kaduna State. If not Kaduna, they moved to Benue State, and now it has been Plateau State. Plateau State has been suffering from these killings non-stop, and it's looking like it's even beyond the governor's power to do something about it because uh, it has been in repetition. It's always one negative story in Plateau State, which is really bad. I don't know if nothing can be done about it because these are human beings for crying out loud. I don't know. These are human beings and they keep losing their life. But when you go out on the road, you see our security everywhere on the road. So I don't know why we still have this these killings. I don't know what can be done to put a stop to it, but I'm actually pleading right now. If there's anything that the security forces can do, the government should look into this. There's a way that they can stop this killing. This killing can be put to a stop. It cannot continue this way. There are ways where it can be stopped so that we don't keep hearing negative news. Every time when you come on the daily, there's always one negative news or the other. Today is Plateau State, tomorrow is another state. People can't travel safely in a country where they call their own country. People can't move safely. If it is not the insecurity killing, then there's another one happening. It's really, really sad. So talking about the Wike and Fubara, the full story here is saying that the ruling of All Progressive Congress appears to have opened the political space in Rivers State with indication that the party is positioning a leader of the opposition People's Democratic Party, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, to play a decisive role in producing the party's governorship candidate ahead of the 2027 election. It's really funny though. River State, you guys are becoming a play. That's the truth. I don't know how it's on Wicked to take that decisive step. He's here in the Federal Capital Territory as the minister. So I don't know why he should be the one to take the step. By the end of the day, I keep saying that since Fubara emerged the governor of that state, he has not rested. There's been one story or the other. It is well. There's been one story or the other. By the end of the day, what I would say is if you people are actually trying to select candidates for the election, let it not be because this person is my godson, because the issue that actually happened between Wiki and Fubara is because of this god fatherism stuff. And if it's not going that way, in fact, if we keep having leaders in such a way where you know that you want to be here because somebody is your godfather is a problem. You want to be because you will always want to do what that person is saying, and if you want to a kind of oppose whatever they say, it's gonna be a problem. So if for example what the person is trying to say is not favoring the masses, you can't oppose it because that person that kept you there. So at the end of the day, I still wish we can actually have a system of government whereby people are in a position because they merit it. People should be in a position because they deserve it, because they are credible, because they know what they are doing when they get there, or they know what they will do when they get there, and not because somebody fixed them there. And that is the problem. Even if that's why sometimes I look at Nigeria, both our president and the way they do things. If we're actually going to have another president, whether after Tinubu, let it come from what the people want, the vote from the people. People should vote in who they want to be their leader, and not because somebody already has a kind of upper hand there and you want to fix. No, don't fix people. You don't need to fix people. Allow people, the masses, to choose for themselves. Because if the masses take a decision or make a decision, putting in their leaders, and at the end of the day it doesn't work, they will know that okay, we were the person that actually voted in this particular leader, it didn't work. But if, for example, the masses are saying this is who we want A, and you are electing B, and later on the B is not working as they expect, they will continue to cry. And that is why you see protests here and there. And that is why sometimes you feel like the youth don't have a place in politics, which I believe is a misconception, because it's not like they don't have a place in politics. It's because the elderly ones really do not want to give them the upper hands to do the needful. And that is why I'm calling on Nigerian youth today. Let's stand up. Let's do the needful. Let's not allow anybody make us feel like we cannot do well in politics. We cannot be the leaders. Because when we're in school, there's always this song, I think in secondary school, we are the leaders of tomorrow. So let it show in Nigeria. If we are leaders, they should allow us to be the leaders. Because looking at the whole issue with Fubara and Wike shows that for you to have peace, or for you to be peaceful in any position, you have to do whatever the person that elects you there said you should do. That is not how Nigerian leaders are expected to be. Let us change the system. Let the electoral system change. Let everything change so that we can have a better Nigeria. Okay, viewers, this would be a good place to wrap up the show on our newspaper review. Keep watching SRTV, and you know we'll do this again tomorrow. I remain your girl, Bye.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV.